right, folks, I'm here with Mark Major of Hisense, and we're hanging out at CEDIA 2024. You guys have something really cool here. This is a new, I don't know what you would call this. This is a compact projector? Lifestyle
projector.
Okay.
It's wicked cool. So I mean, it allows the masses to enjoy a large picture in any room in their house, which is really cool. Right? It's not a traditional projector where you have to have a home theater room. It's going to be dark, and it's not moving. So this little bad boy right here, it's super bright, 3,000 ANSI lumens, right, which is great. They can do a picture from 65 to 300 inches.
Right, and just to put, I don't even know how you put 300 inches into a frame for someone to even think about. Well, it's massive.
3 king-size beds on your wall.
Exactly. Yeah, much larger than any normal wall in a home. Let's put it that way.
That's correct.
Right.
But as we're sitting inside the Pivot Storm booth, they have a 200-inch screen here that some people can take that, but that's huge. So great standalone product. It's also designed for Xbox, which is great for the gamers. It's also 3D content, which is fabulous, right? Yeah, great sound system, JBL sound system, but at the heart and soul of our product, right, it really is the engine. Right? It's a triple laser product, RGB, which is really cool. Super wide color gamut, 110% of the BT 2020 standard, which is awesome, right? We support all the HDR formats, IMAX enhanced. I mean, it's a loaded product. If you want a great visual experience in any room, or take it to your friend's house and do it.
Right, because it's small enough, you can pick this up. You can't really throw it necessarily into a bag, I guess, but
well, you're right. You can't really throw it in a bag, but you can be careful.
You can carry, you can throw it in the back of your truck. Yeah. Well, not throw it, but place it gently.
Throw's a tough word.
Let's rewind to the gaming side of things. What makes this unique for gamers?
So we've focused on designing it specifically for Xbox, right?
Okay. And
it has a really, in turbo mode, a super low latency. So it's very, very fast, which is really important. Listen, if you're a professional gamer and that's what your life is, it's probably not for you. It's going to be a little slower than let's say a DirectView TV. But for almost everybody else, you're not going to notice the difference. Yeah. I would never notice the difference myself, and I'm a casual gamer.
99% of people out there who are gaming are going to be really happy with this.
Like my son and my son-in-law both are enthusiast gamers, right? They'll be fine. They'll be fine, no problem whatsoever. And the sound system's awesome, though. So gaming, sound system, 3D.
So what makes the sound system so unique on this guy?
It's designed by JBL, but in this particular product, we actually put a small subwoofer right in the base. So it's going to give it a little more richer sound, not like a thin sound. Listen, a lot of the TV sets you hang on the wall, the speakers are so minute, the sound's not so good, right? Even the C1, which was our first product into this category, that sound was also designed by JBL, was awesome. So many people they couldn't believe the sound that was coming out of this little box, and this is that, and then one up. So it even has Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, HDR, HDR10. I mean, IMAX enhanced. It's picture quality, sound quality for the masses.
Okay, when you say for the masses, I'm sure there's somebody out there thinking, okay, but how hard is this to set up? Because some projectors can be very finicky when you deploy them in a room.
So I hesitate to say this, but I'm going to anyways, right? It's
hot take.
It's plug and play. You plug it in, point it on the wall you want. Obviously, I'm assuming you've already set up for your Wi-Fi network in your house, so you can stream your content to it, right?
Okay, so a little bit of setup on the front end of normal things that you do with
any TV.
Any TV.
Because whether it's your Amazon, Disney Plus, Netflix, you're going to set up your account, right? But after you set up your account, you plug it in, put it in any room, just point it on the wall, it does the rest. It doesn't have to be directly centered on the wall. It can be extremely out to the side. It's going to do your auto keystone, auto focus, auto alignment. Everything's automatic.
It's almost dummy proof, I would say. I mean, I'm sure Hisense doesn't want to bill it that way, but when I look at it, I think, in many ways, products need to be like that.
Like I first took the C1 last year. I brought it to my son-in-law's house and put it up in his garage. And this is, again, that on steroids. I mean, this is really that much better. And the ability to make that so fast setting up and so easy, we just have a table in the garage. They put it on a table, shoot on his garage wall, grab a soda, and it was just like everything was in seconds. He was a he couldn't believe it because he has a PX1 Pro in his basement, it's a couple years old, right?
Yeah.
And that's a traditional projector you got to set up. He couldn't believe how fast this was.
Now you are mentioning a wall, and right here we're looking at this projecting onto a screen, but you told me something that's, as far as I know, fairly unique about this particular model when it comes to actually pointing it at a plain wall in terms of color.
So the color of your wall, it's going to maximize, we have a system inside that's going to maximize picture performance. If you're not using a screen, just shooting it on the wall, it's going to notice the paint color you have. It's going to adjust the picture quality to maximize performance out of the product.
So if you have a light gray wall or something along those lines.
Now it's like the light grays, the light tans in houses.
Yep.
No problem.
Yeah. That's very cool. So when
you can also, I know we talked about earlier, but 90 degrees up, so you can shoot it on the ceiling.
Oh, because it tilt swivels.
And it's 45 degrees down. So you can think about if you want to take it in your bedroom, you have a TV in your bedroom and you've always wanted one, here you go. Just put it in your bedroom, shoot it on the ceiling. You can put it on the floor if you want to shoot it directly on your ceiling.
And you can do it at an off angle and it'll correct itself right up on your ceiling.
Yes, it will.
That's very cool.
Right.
So what's the price point on this guy?
MSRP is $29.99.
Okay. Yeah, so very competitive in the segment, especially when we're talking about 3,000 ANSI lumens.
Right. And 3D.
And 3D.
And all the features we have in it.
Right.
You know, it's tremendous.
Is that voice control also built in?
With the remote control, yes.
Okay. And what platform? Is that Google?
We have our own proprietary Vita platform.
Okay.
I've utilized it. It's like a Google platform or some of our other competitions platforms, because obviously we know other brands have their own platform. Very stable, works flawlessly. It's great.
Awesome. And so when can folks get their hands on this?
Starting October 11th.
Not that long. We're talking about 6 weeks or so?
Yeah, roughly. 5 weeks. Yeah.
5-6 weeks. This is definitely something to keep your eye on, particularly if you want to maximize your dollar, because you're able to move this around your house, which you can't really do with a traditional projector or a TV.
Or a TV, right? So, I mean, you can have a 65-inch picture in your bedroom. Your main room, you could have a 150-inch picture if you wanted. And you could, if you want to do a drive-in theater effect, you could do a 200 outside.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of ways this has great applications.
Yeah.
And not just in the consumer home, but I'm also thinking even in the education world, right? Or the boardrooms. Because you don't have to invest in multiples. You can have one and just move it from
just cart it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. I think it's a great product to see launch onto the scene here. I'm excited to see what the reception's like.
Yeah, it's been excellent. People like yourself, they walk in, they just can't believe what they're looking at, because it does not look like a normal projector.
No.
Yeah.
Very, very unique. Well, listen, Mark, thanks for hanging out with us.
No problem.
Really need to learn about this, and we can't wait for it to launch.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, folks, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and definitely join us on the home theater forum at avnirvana.com.